what I have read, what I have heard about today, what I have learned through first-hand experience by visiting A-Star Initiative project, your offices and your presentation. Very important to establish a single apex body in Sri Lanka, and it is my hope that we establish a Sri Lanka Agency for Science, Technology and Innovation, and the main areas that we hope to focus on is agri-biotechnology and food security, climate resilient rice, tea, coconut, post-harvest technology, cold chains, tropical health, biomedicine, more research into areas of diseases, advanced manufacturing for SMEs, electronics assembly sensors, precision tools, artificial intelligence and digital public infrastructure, GovTech, smart logistics, disaster prediction. So these are some of the areas which we would like to focus on in our own A-Star program, which we would like to call Sri Lanka Agency for Science, Technology and Innovation. We do have many agencies, but they are widely dispersed, highly decentralized, staggered all over the place. There is no integrated approach, very low in public investments. So I think while having a single apex body, you need to have a good champion. You need to have a good master to champion the process. I think you have that in Singapore. While looking at A-Star in Singapore, I also did research on CSIR in India and also KIST, KIST in South Korea. And it's with a bit of research on those aspects also that I thought that we have a lot more to learn.
To start, I'd like to highlight Singapore's enduring commitment to research, innovation and enterprise, or RE for short, as we view RE to be an important enabler for our economy. Singapore's focus on RE really started in the 1990s during our transition from a capital and manufacturing-based economy to a knowledge-based economy. And this transition was important as our then government realized that in order for Singapore to grow our economy, the country needs to produce higher value goods and services. And this can only be done by investing in R&D and innovation efforts. So with this realization, Singapore embarked on our first national technology plan in 1991 with an initial investment of $2 billion. And as you can see from the chart, this investment has increased steadily over the last 2 decades. Today, Singapore commits about 1% of our annual GDP to RE efforts, and we trust that this continued investments in R&D will help to sustain our competitiveness and also bolster our status as a tech and innovation hub.
One of the reasons for my insistence to visit A-Star is the A-Star initiative is globally recognized and globally admired. It's mission driven, it has very strong state backing, it has an industry, innovation, high technology first mindset. And I think most important, it is not just a domestic program. You try to include the international aspect so that international research can combine with your domestic talents to create this pool of talent who will be beneficial for Singapore and also could be beneficial throughout the world. This is the area that we are very interested in because Sri Lanka needs to learn from the A-Star initiative of Singapore, which has enabled Singapore to upscale itself in its economic growth path. growth trajectory. How you move on to higher levels of growth with much greater value, which inculcates new technology, innovation, high technology, AI, and many new innovations that have come across in the world today. So,
செய்திகளை உடனுக்குடன் தெரிந்து கொள்ள உடனே சப்ஸ்கிரைப் பண்ணுங்க.